sometime around the year 2018, 2019, I was with a friend and he was like going through a really stressful time in his life. And he said, I can always tell when I'm very stressed because I get really tight in my chest. Hang on. Just wait. Sorry. He was like, in my chest gets really tight and I feel really, really anxious. And anyways, I was like, oh yeah, that sucks. Like, I hate that. And I'm listening to him. But then at the same time, I looked and I'm like, okay, but like, seriously though, like that tightness, that feeling that you have, don't you always have that? Like, isn't that just like, it probably gets worse when you're really stressed out, but like you always feel that, right? And he looked at me and was like, no. He's like, what are you talking about? And that was the very first time I realized that I had an anxiety disorder, because I thought everyone always felt that constant tightness. For me, it was like this like vibration through their body. I just felt it all the time. And I thought everyone else felt it all the time because that was all I ever knew. And so when I realized that this wasn't actually normal, and that other people maybe just weren't better at coping with it than I was, because I just thought I sucked at dealing with this. And that's why I always felt a bit, I want to use the word crazy, but I don't want to use the word crazy. That feeling, because I just was like, why is everyone else so much better at dealing with this feeling than I am? And that's because they don't have it. So, that began my introduction into the world of anxiety disorders. And when I started meeting with my family doctor, who was amazing, by the way, and it was about another like year or so of tests and just counseling and going through stuff for me to really figure out what's going on. And that's part of the reason that I wrote my book, Pixie and the Bees. It's a children's book. It's about a pixie who swallows a bunch of bees, and they live within inside of her, and they fill her body with buzzing, but nobody else can see them or hear them or feel them. And it was mostly just, a couple things. First of all, I wrote it because I was like, I want to tell my story. And that's why I write everything. I want to get my words down. I want to know they exist. And so I wrote it. And then I published it, so that maybe other people might realize that it's okay to feel that way. I mean, it's okay, but it's not okay. But that there are things that they can do. So again, experimenting with a microphone. There's my book, Pixie and the Bees, illustrated by Pixie by Brooklyn Holbrow. You can pick it up at any library, order it in at your bookstore, order it in at your library, Pixie and the Bees, Erica Richmond, and learn about my journey through anxiety. And if you have this like constant feeling of buzzing through your body, even if it's normal for you, it's not something that everyone else has. So don't feel like you're just doing it badly. Okay. Have a good day.